Yes, hello and good afternoon. I would like to welcome you to our free but exclusive webinar, Resolving Application Packaging Workflow Challenges. It's a great pleasure to see you on board, listening in, watching our webinar. I would like to use the chance, first of all, to introduce today's speakers. We have with us Tetiana, who is responsible for partners. We have with us Viktor, together with Daniil, who will later on also show you a little bit about the product. Viktor is the product owner at PACE, and Daniil is responsible for business development. Those who don't know me yet, my name is Keil. I'm responsible for product marketing at Infopulse, and it would be my pleasure to guide you through the webinar today. Let me also take a little moment and tell you a little bit about what we brought with us today for you. 4 little steps, actually 3. First, let's have a jump into what are major challenges around application packaging. We would like to pick you up a little bit, getting on the same page, that we later on can have a look how the problems, how the pain points can be solved with a product like PACE PackagerHub. We then will, as I said before, also have the chance to look into the product in real life, meaning we will have some use cases with us that then later on will be shown by Viktor and Daniil. Yeah, and last but not least, of course, we will end our webinar today with a question and answer section. Having said this, in the menu of the GoToWebinar, the tool that we are using, you have the possibility to ask questions. Please use this tool whenever you have a question. We will try to answer in a text form in parallel, but we'll also take the questions if they are more complicated. We will take them into the Q&A session and answer them live. Yeah, and that's already all in regards to introducing, welcoming you. That's my great pleasure now to move to Tetiana. The stage is yours, and we are very keen in listening and getting to know from you what are the pain points of application packages, packaging, and workflow management. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jan, for the introduction. And hello, everyone. Welcome. Happy to see you all here. Before we move to our discussion about application packaging process challenges, I would like you to answer the question you can see on your screen regarding the solutions you use in your everyday work as an application packaging team. Can be all of them, some of them, maybe none of them. We talk about workflow solution, about application packaging solution, FTP, network share. Okay. Thank you. Okay, so I see that 45% of today's attendee use all of them, 18% some of them, and 36% none of them. Thank you so much for replying to this question. So in order to find out so first of all, I wanted to touch point on the challenges we found out when we talk to our customers. When we're developing PACE Suite, we're always thinking maybe there's something else we can help with. And when we talk to our customers, how else we can help them, they touched base on the challenges which were not directly related to application packaging process, but to the team management process, to the application packaging process workflow, like on the go. And now I will go through some of them we heard about. And the first one is actually about the tools. So in order to organize the teamwork, our teams, our clients use the multiple projects. And I see that 45 of you also use them, and 18% of you use some of them. And the challenge here is that they might be not integrated, and which leads to much of manual work. The other thing that we learned about is that usage of generic workflow tool, let's say Jira or Asana or any other, leads to the need of its customization or a usage of third-party add-ons, which is not usually ideal. The file exchange process with the customer happens manually and file integrity is not guaranteed. File repository needs to be created manually as well. There are limited capabilities to review and manage team workload to see who of the engineers have light workload, someone who is swamped, right? Also, much time is spent on creating reports and invoices for team managers. And the other challenge is ensuring secure storage of project documentation. What we heard sometimes that project documentation stores in different places and it's not always secure. So this is the list of challenges which we came up with, but I would glad to hear if some of the challenges resonate with you. So let me know. There is a poll you can see. If you experience some of them or maybe you experience any other challenges, we would like to hear that. Thank you. So what I can see here on the screen, 89% of our TDs today actually experience all of some of the challenges I mentioned about. And there are 11% of very lucky ones who don't experience them. Good for you. But yeah, today we will focus on the challenges we talked about. So why it is important to pinpoint these challenges and work on them? It's because they lead to unnecessary manual work. There might be plenty of examples like recreation of package folder structure for each package again and again in network share, or manual transferring of files to virtual machine for repackaging as well as to it and from it. Also, budget grows up when, for example, you need to customize your workflow solution or purchase an additional add-on. The delivery time for an order might be extended due to ineffective communication between team members or, for example, uneven resource allocation. The higher percentage of manual work leads to higher percentage of human error, which affects the quality of delivered work. And also usage of multiple solutions as well as their customization can lead to higher security threats. So all these consequences, they lead to one thing: we lose money and we spend much more time and our everyday jobs becomes more complicated. So we realized that these consequences are quite serious. And our goal was to create a solution which will help to minimize them as much as possible. So we delivered PackagerHub. As you can see, the product consists of two modules, Task Manager and Repository Manager. And if we look closer at each module individually, we can see that Packager Hub Task Manager is module more tailored for teams who work with external clients, because here it is possible to create and track orders. The client can actually create an order by himself, move orders by workflow, communicate about the order, upload and download order artifacts, manage order links, and also with this release 2.0, we added new features such as tracking history of order changes, getting notifications about order changes, and also we added quite a great analytics tab, which we will talk about a bit later. Also, PackagerHub Repository Manager might be useful for a wider range of users, as it allows to store and manage packages on repositories, download and upload files, it checks their integrity, and runs automation scripts and command lines against packages. It is also was extended with the possibility to track history of changes with this new release. As you can see, the list of the tasks is quite usual even for enterprise application package engineers. So we talked about challenges, and I gave you a brief overview of all what PackagerHub is actually doing. So how with PackagerHub we can mitigate those challenges we talked about? So first of all, PackagerHub is all-in-one solution. It's just one tool which is integrated or substitutes all that four we talked about in our poll. This allows PackagerHub allows teams to manage their work effectively, as well as drive communication with the customer and store all required information and resources in one place. It also integrates with application packaging solution. PackagerHub is out-of-the-box, pre-configured solution, which is based on best application packaging practices. So it's already 100% tailored for your everyday work. But also it is highly customizable, which means that you can tailor it to your specific team workflow if you have it, and workflow can be customized for each order type, for example. So no more need to compromise or add any third-party add-ons. We also took care of easy navigation of files between the repositories, direct file uploading and downloading, and built-in file integrity checks, which makes the process faster and reliable. All packages and orders are stored centrally, and supervisor can once set up a package folder structure, and it will automatically be created for each package. And with our new analytics tab, team manager can easily view team's workload, the workload of each engineer personally, and also the due dates which are coming. There is a possibility to create a report about completed orders or created orders and export it to CSV file in order to report to the customer, or create to create an invoice. So you see that we actually try to take care about all challenges we heard from our clients. But if you experience any other, or you come up with any, just drop some lines in our chat box and we'll discuss them later. So yes, we took care about challenges we heard about, but there are other benefits which I want to briefly touch base on. So first of all, PackagerHub is already fully integrated with SpaceSuite. So if you use SpaceSuite, you can start using PackagerHub straight away. There is also a possibility to integrate PackagerHub with the third-party application packaging tools. Also, I would like to mention the budget-friendly and convenient subscription-based model. First of all, you can purchase each module separately. So if you don't need PackagerHub at the whole, you can purchase just the module you need. The other thing that we provide discounts for 2 and 3 year subscription. And also you need only one license per team, per server actually, but usually team uses one server. So it's quite great pricing for such a tool. And we are very proud of our support team because, first of all, they always tend to reply to you within 24 hours. They are open for your feedback, for your feature requests. Actually, we're very happy to receive some requests from you because it helps to build our roadmap. Talking about roadmap, I cannot miss here the possibility to show you our ideas for the next release. We know that some of the features here might have a higher priority for you. So if this is the case, just let us know in the chat box if you see something which is more important here, so we pay attention to it. And also, if you have any other suggestions, what else we can add to roadmap, also leave us a note, or you can always reach us via website or just email us personally. Here, I think I will end up this little introduction. I hope it was interesting for you, but I think the next part it will be even more. So, Viktor, I pass the mic for you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Tetiana. Yeah, thank you for the slide. We will demonstrate PackagerHub version 2 following this basic workflow for processing packaging orders in the service provider model. In this workflow, we'll focus on new features and improvements, and the rest of existing functionality from the previous version will be covered very superficially. And if you want to take deep dive into details, just feel free to drop us a line and we will schedule a one-to-one demo. And we will look at our application packaging order from the 3 different points of view. Is the first one is customer, the person who orders the packaging service and then downloads the package. And this role will play Daniil. The supervisor is the person who orchestrating and controlling the work. This role will play Tetiana. And the last but not least, engineer, the honeybee who processes the packaging order and creates the package. I will play this role. And one more premise that we should consider is that PackagerHub is already installed. We have also created and pre-configured a test project, created the necessary user accounts, invited them to the project. So everything we need to start processing the order is done. And now let's start. Daniil, it's your turn.
Thank you, Viktor. So, as Viktor have mentioned, we're going to go through the complete cycle of application packaging order completion. And now we are on the stage number 1, which is submitting the order for application packaging. I'm as a customer signing in to web portal to place an application packaging order. The system supports multiple isolated projects with different configurations. I need to choose the proper project and organization that I'm going to work with. And each user of the system can see only organizations and projects that he has access to. So let's create an order. When creating an order, we need to choose an order type. The type defines the set of fields and workflow. Project can have different types of orders with different configurations. This form shows the set of required fields based on the project configuration. This type of order has 2 obligatory fields, which are order title and priority. But from project to project, the number and types of fields can differ. So let's create an order. As a customer, I need to describe the order, and let's wait a moment. And on the details tab, I can specify details for this order. For example, I can set a due date. Also, I can choose the packaging technology and also leave a short description for this order in the description tab. Also, in the messages tab, I can leave a message for the application packaging team. On the artifacts tab, I can upload all the files required for completing the application packaging order. So after the details for the order are completed, I need to inform an application packaging team about the order is being ready to be taken in work. And so first of all, I need to assign a supervisor for this. So I'm assigning Tetiana. And after that, I need to move the order on the next stage of the workflow. To view the workflow, we can click here. So we see that the next stage is ready for packaging. And for instance, let's assume that according to the current project agreements, I need to move to the order to the ready for packaging status. And for this, I need to invoke the available transition to me called submit. So let's do so. And as you can see, the status of the order has changed to ready for packaging. And so now I'm passing the word to Tetiana, who is going to play the role of our supervisor.
Thank you. Can you see my screen right now?
Yes.
Perfect. So here, I would like, as a supervisor, I receive a notification about created order by our customer Daniil Glubochenko. And here I have a link here. I just click on it and order will be automatically opened. So here I see the order details, and my main task as a supervisor is to assign an engineer. In order to do so, first of all, I need to check who is the most available person right now in my team. So I open this sandwich menu here. I choose our new tab Analytics, and here tab Dashboard. So this is our freshly added dashboard. Here you can see teamwork. You can see the workload of each engineer. Here you can click on this place here and see exactly what orders is working on engineer number 3. And also system automatically detects and overdue orders, and they are highlighted here with red. And here in the list, you can also see which orders are overdue. Here you can see all active orders by project. And you can also click here and see the list. And here you can see the due dates by each project for each order. For example, for today, we have 5 orders which are due today, 1 for project 1 and 4 for project 2. Also here there are 2 views. It's a calendar view of completed orders and a view by project of completed orders. Here you can view completed orders in each day. You can click here and also see the specific list, and you can also move between months. So getting back to my task, I see that Viktor Feschenko is the most available engineer in my team right now. So I assign him here as package engineer and as assignee. Okay. Also, I can leave a message for my team. As you can see, there are 2 tabs here. One is request. If I leave a message in this field, even a customer will see it. If I want to leave a message just for my team, internal messages are usually seen by supervisor and team and engineers. I can leave message here. If I want a specific engineer to receive additional notifications that I left him a note, I can mention him using that and choosing his name here. And I leave in a message. Okay, then I click submit. And now you can see that Viktor, I addressed Viktor message. Also here on this tab history, I can see as a supervisor all changes which were made to the order. And here on the right side, I can add any person from my team who needs to keep an eye on this order, or also I can unfollow if I don't want to receive any notifications about this order anymore. So here my work as a supervisor is done, and now I pass mic to Viktor, who will proceed with this order. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Tetiana. Yeah, identically to Tetiana's, I have also received email notifications because Tetiana has assigned order to me and mentioned myself in the order. So I am an engineer. I can see that something new, some new order was assigned to me and some new message was sent to me. So I can start working on this order. I can do this just clicking on the link in the email notification. And before I start working on the order, I would like to tell a few words about the notifications, history, and so on. So as you can already see, each order has a history of all changes, and it has a list of followers. So everyone who is the followers list will receive a mail and an app notification about all changes of the order. So if the user is subscribed to the order, he will be notified about the changes. If the user has access to the project but is not subscribed to this order history, he will not receive, or she will not receive the notification. So I can, as the technology showed, I can unfollow and follow order again. I can remove myself clicking here or add any other user to this followers list. The user should be assigned to this project. He or she should have has access to this project. And also, every user of the system can manage notification settings. So if we click user profile, notification settings, here we can choose in which way notifications will be delivered. We have two options, in-app notifications and email notifications. In-app notifications are those that are displayed in the panel opened by this button. Here we can see all in-app notifications. We can see about Tetiana has added a message, and also we can jump to the order right in this link. And everything this can be customized. So the user can select whether he or she would like to receive or not to receive notification. We can select on what actions or notifications will be delivered, about what changes the user will be notified about, the order creation, deletion, or status change, and so on. So I can configure about what I would like to be notified, and also identically to in-app, I can select on which changes I would like to receive email notifications. Also, I can leave this option unticked and do not receive a notification on my own changes. And another smart configuration here we have is grouping that allows to group multiple email notifications to group multiple notifications into one email, just to reduce the number of emails. So you just need to select a time during which notifications will be gathered into one email. So I'm disabling this option just to show the received notification rapidly. By default, this option is enabled. And that is why I received notification with Tetiana when Tetiana was mentioned me in message and assigned an order to me. And regarding email notifications, I would like to say that this email template can be customized for every project separately. And yeah, another things about the followers list, the users are automatically added to this list when he or she is specified as assignee or as a packaging engineer. He is automatically, or she is automatically added to this list. And another cool feature here we have it's date and time format. As you can see in the history, we have timestamps. In the details tab, we have date fields like due date, creation date, and across the system we have dates, and every user can customize this date and time format according to your needs, preferences. As we know, customers from different countries use different formats, and they can select the most suitable one. We can use either European format or Asian one or even American one. So everyone can select the personal format to see the dates and not to be confused. And let's open our workflow. Just wait a second. So Daniil has shown the submission stage, and Tetiana demonstrated how to assign a task to the packaging engineer. And now we are at the discovery stage. At this stage, I am as packaging engineer. I need to get acquainted with the order details, just to calculate the complexity level of this order or any other work that should be done on this stage according to the project agreements. So just to reflect my work, I'm moving the order by workflow to the next status. As Daniil already showed, I can review the workflow clicking here. We can see the workflow of the current order, and as Daniil mentioned, this workflow can be customized for every order type of every project separately. You can create as many statuses as you want, as many transitions from these statuses to another ones as you want, and also you can configure permissions. What users can invoke as specific statuses, transitions, and which users will be notified when the order is moved to the specific transition. So everything can be customized for every project, every order type of the project separately. So let's click Start Incoming Check to move the order to the next status called Incoming Check. And let's imagine that IMS engineer, I need to estimate the complexity level of the order and to set the proper due date. And as an ordinary engineer who works in multiple projects, I need to remind the project agreements, the project requirements. And I can do this with help of our new module. If we go to the menu, project docs, here we can find the project documentation. It's a safe place where the project documentation can be stored. It's protected from tampering, and we can see who uploaded the file and when the last time file was uploaded. And I am as engineer, I cannot change this file. I can only download the file. So only customer and supervisor can manage project documentation, and I am as engineer, I can only download it clicking just download button, and it will be downloaded to my computer. So it's a good place to keep all project documentation in one place. And if we go back to our order, let's imagine that I have remained SLA agreement of the current project and project requirements. And next step, I need to estimate the package complexity. And let's skip the step of creating complexity report. Let's imagine that we already have the estimated complexity level, and it's complex but not basic. And here we have a quite common situation when something should be approved by the customer as complexity reflects the final price of the package. So I am as engineer, I can upload the estimated complexity report to the order. So here we have report, can give it name that will be displayed to the user. And we can leave additional information in the comment field. And here we have our complexity estimation report. As you can see, I can edit and remove my files that was uploaded by me, but I cannot change or delete files that were uploaded by the customer. So it's quite, and also we can see who is author of the file and the date when the file was uploaded. Also, we can leave a personal message to the customer. As Tetiana already mentioned, we can specify username just to be sure that the user will be additionally notified about the message, that someone asked a question, for instance. And also I'm selecting a new complexity level, let it be complex, and according to the downloaded project SLA, I know that the due date should be, for instance, this one. And now I need to approve the new complexity level. Complex. So this can be done using the workflow that I already mentioned. We have in the default workflow, I am as engineer, I can move order either to the packaging status or to complexity approval, or even to the incoming check clarification. And when the order is moved to the complexity approval status, the only customer can either approve complexity and then move order to the packaging, or refuse the complexity level and move order back to the incoming check, or even cancel the order. So I can do this invoking a respective transition, like request information or request complexity approval. But just to save time, I will not go to this way. We will just imagine that complexity was approved, and we can go next to the packaging stage. So just clicking packaging, and yeah, one more thing we should do is just to get a package installation configuration instruction. We just click and download, and also we need to get a source installation of the package. It should be converted to MSI. Just click and download. And what is cool feature of the PackagerHub, that all files of the order are placed in allocated in one place, and you can upload file of any size in even a few gigabytes to the order. You don't need to use any external tool like let it be FTP. You don't need to remember connection credential to the FTP and location where to place files of this project. Then you don't need to save links to the uploaded resources. Everything you need for the order can be directly attached to this order despite its size. All files are saved on the pre-configured repository server, and it's just limits by size of your repository server. So I have downloaded package sources. I get acquainted with the order details, and now we can start creating the package. And this corresponds to the next packaging stage of our workflow. And I can do this using the desktop client of the PackagerHub. It allows to work with packages, with package files on the file system. And I need to sign into the system the same way I did it on the web interface. And after that, I have to choose an organization and the project where I would like to work in. Or again, identical to the web interface, here I can see only the projects that I have access to. So I'm just selecting demo project 1. And as I mentioned, I need to create the package. Just selecting new package, and here we have two options: from scratch, that allows to create a package without order, and from order, second option, that creates the package and automatically links the package with the order. And another advantages of this approach that it automatically inherits values from the order to the package, so you don't need to fill in most of fields. Let's see. Before creating a package, we have to choose an order type for which we would like to create package. Order type you can find in the web interface displayed here. It's app packaging. So let's choose app packaging from the list. It displays only those order types that are available in the selected project. And then we need to choose an order ID. Order ID in our case PR144, and we can click browse here. We can find our order ID either in the list or just use the search functionality to find the necessary order. And after that, I have to specify values of the obligatory fields. According to the current project configuration, there are only two fields are required. They are package name. Just let's modify. As you can see, the value was inherited from the order title, and then we have packaging technology set to MSI that was also inherited from the order. And let's click create to get the package. On the details, on the general tab, we can select the necessary options for the package, like we can specify the supported OS, we can select architecture, specify other details, just to describe the package. And another cool feature I would like to show you is how we can create a folder for the package. Every package is a set of installation files that should be somewhere stored on the file system, and we can either create a new package folder right from the desktop client of the PackagerHub, or we can select an existing folder structure. So let's create new one. Then we need to choose a repository server. Project can have multiple repository servers, and we need just to choose one of them. And as you can see here, I have created the default set of folders for my package, and this folders template are configured in the project settings, and supervisor can change this template according to the needs. As you can see here, we can have static name like doc pkg, or we can use variables to place some package information in the folder's name, like identifier of the order, of the package, or package name, and so on. And using the content tab, we can upload, we can either create new folders, or we can upload files to every folder. And for instance, let's upload some files to the package just to create the ordinary package structure. And let's upload some MSI. And just to demonstrate another cool feature here we have, I will upload the provided source files by our customer, Daniil. Let's select the file I have downloaded from the web interface. And one more interesting feature here we have is, as you may see, I didn't enter any connection credentials for creating this folder structure. PackagerHub automatically inherited connection. First of all, it automatically inherited allocation where the package of the current project should be created. It also inherited connection credentials to this folder, to this location, and the set of folders templates that was automatically created. So I don't need to remember all these details, and I can easily switch between multiple projects and don't afraid to lose something. And also, if you don't want to use the content tab, you need to just you can open the folder in the Windows Explorer. Just click Show Folder Content, and PackagerHub will automatically establish connection to the specific to the package folder and will open it in Windows Explorer. And yeah, if you talk about connection credentials, the supervisor can select how users will connect to this repository server. Either all users will use the single connection credentials inherited from the project configuration, or all users should specify personal connection credentials. And another features here we have is integration with Pace Suite. For instance, if we have folder with the purpose called for incoming resources, and if we invoke repackage remotely, it's a Pace Suite setup capture that allows to repackage source installation on the dedicated virtual machine into MSI, MSIX, or any other package. In case you're invoking this wizard right from the package, it will automatically inherit some details like project name, as you can see, is already pre-filled with the package name. Here we have project location predefined. We can select other capturing settings, and on the installation step, you can see that source installation is automatically is set to the file that Daniil was attached to the order as source as setup.exe of the packages should be repackaged. We can change this file if we need. For instance, if there are few exe files, we can select the right one, click in Browse here. And the cool feature that Wizard is already pre-filled with default values, and in most cases, you can just click Next, and repackage the provided source installation on the virtual machine to another package you need. And if we look in the context menu, we will find Edit with MSI Editor menu item for the MSI. So you can directly edit package MSI package directly from the content tab, just selecting the necessary option. And also you can use MSI Editor to edit package, to validate your MSI, or just perform any other actions you need. And another cool feature I would like to show is automation sections. It allows supervisor to configure automation scripts and command lines for the current project. So let's close the editor. And once this supervisor configured automations, the engineer can see the available automation here in the list in the right panel and to run the necessary script or necessary command line. In this way, you can integrate PackagerHub with any tools you have, or you can just run the script. So the advantages of this feature is that all scripts, all command lines is saved for every project, and the engineer who switches between various projects don't need to remember exactly what scripts should be run for this project and the list of arguments that should be passed for this script for this particular project. Everything can be configured only one time in the project settings, and then engineers will invoke this script or will invoke this command line as many times as needed. And if we go about arguments that passes to script or executable, they can be static arguments like just this one, or could be variables that are placed with values, and they could point on the package details like package name, application name, for instance, date of creation, or it could be a path to the folder where the MSI is located or documentation is located, or even ask the user to select the file or the folder. So it's quite easy to add your scripts for testing, for deployment, and any other scripts or tools you would like to integrate with PackagerHub. And if we look back at our workflow, after the packaging stage, we have quality assurance. And as I mentioned, you can use automation to integrate your tools, or you can use MSI editor, for instance, to run EC validation or any other tools for testing the package. And after the Q&A stage, we have the delivery. So let's see how it's easy to deliver package to the customer using the PackagerHub. For this, we have a delivery tab, and we can click deliver package to invoke the wizard. And we need to choose a repository server. As I mentioned before, every project could have multiple repository servers. And repository servers for delivery are stored separately from repository servers that you can see on the content tab. We are selecting the necessary repository server, and then we can see the wizard of the package delivery. Here we can see a location where the package will be delivered and the subfolder. As you can see, this information was automatically inherited from the project configuration. I'm as engineer, I don't need to remember where packages of this project should be delivered and how they should be stored. So some of files are already selected, some of files are not selected. All this is also inherited from the project configuration. You can also change this if you want, just ticking and ticking the necessary ones. And also by default, it's selected to deliver package as a zip archive, and we have to specify archive name. It could be like package and then package ID PR17. And also we can choose compression level. We can also select the splitting option just to split big package into separate archives. And also we can select options to optimize network traffic. And one of the coolest feature we have in the delivery wizard is a mechanism to check the file integrity on upload. It allows to automatically identify the broken files and re-upload these files. And also we can upload MD5 checksum file for the package file. So while we're uploading files, it will generate the checksum file and will upload along with the package to the delivery location. So let's click deliver and see the process. So it automatically creates archives, it uploads these archives to the repository, then it checks file integrity and deletes some temporary files. As you can see, the delivery process is very easy and very fast. So we can just see the finish status and we can close the wizard. Here we have delivery status, we have delivery location, delivery timestamp, and also we can see the files that were delivered to this location. We can see also content of the whole content of the delivery folder. For instance, if multiple packages are delivered to the single folder, we can choose this option and review the whole content of that folder, or in this case, we can switch back to the first option and see only those files that were delivered to that folder, which is quite useful. And also here we can see the history of the package. We can see all the changes. We can see delivery log, how files were uploaded to FTP, and so on. And after the package creation and delivery, I have to somehow inform our customers that the package is ready for download. I can do this selecting moving order by a workflow to the agreed customer approval status. And let's do this selecting the respective transitions, assign to testing, start testing. Also, we can select the test OK, not OK, or request information, for instance, and let it be test OK, and then send to approval. So once I send it package order to approval, I cannot invoke any other further transitions here. Only customer can either approve the order or reject the order and create the bug fix, for instance. And let's additionally assign this order to the customer. In our case, is Daniil Glubochenko. And just to ensure that the package is linked with the order, we can see that on this reference on the links tab. Here we see some package with ID PR17 is linked to the order, and we can jump from the order to the package right here just to double check that everything is linked correctly, that the package file can be downloaded, and also we can check the history. So at this stage, my work is done, and I am passing mic to the Daniil.
Thank you, Viktor. So now we're moving to the final stage of the package delivery life cycle. As you see, I have received an email notification about the package being ready. So from the email notification, I can easily directly jump to the order page. With one click, I can move to the package tab. On the general tab, I can get acquainted with package details, for example, such as the list of operating systems, the architecture of the package, and so on. Also, I can view the package history on the history tab. Let's wait a moment. Okay, so it's here. So let's move to the delivery tab. So here I can review the location of the package, and I can download the package files directly from the web interface. I don't need to remember the place where they are stored. Comparing to cases when FTP is used for these purposes, I don't need to use the client. And also, as Viktor have already mentioned, I can download even big packages directly from the web. Let's wait a minute. Probably we have some technical issue. Okay, let's move to the next stage. So let's return to the order. If depending on the results of the UAT phase, I can either accept the file or either accept it or reject it. And also, if I reject it, I can create a bug fix order directly from this one. So let's accept this order. And I'm passing the word to our supervisor, Tetiana.
One more thing I would like to add, excuse me, as the package was downloaded, it's displayed in the bottom of your browser.
Yeah, I see that. So that's okay. Probably we had just some small issue. So I'm passing the word to Tetiana.
Yes, I would like to touch base on one very convenient feature for supervisors. It's if you notice our new analytic tab, it has actually two tabs: dashboard and reporting. So I will just briefly touch base on reporting tab. Here you can see you can see reports for created and completed orders. There are two types. One is diagram type, a pie diagram type, by order type. You see application packaging, change requests, etc. And the other view is by project. So you can see this report, for example, for this month, last month, or you even can choose a custom range. I will just pick a random date here. So yeah, now you can see the statistics from between May 8th and June 10th, right? So here you can click on each type and see exactly what orders were of application packaging type were created. Here you also the system automatically highlights the overdue ones. Completed orders here, and if you want to see the report of completed orders by specific engineer, here we can type a name, for example, Viktor Feschenko, and we can see completed orders by Viktor, the type, and by project. Also, I would like to show you a very convenient feature, which is exporting the statistics to the CSV file. Let's assume that we want a report on created orders. Here you can choose what kind of orders you want to include into your report. Let's assume it's all types. Here you click report, choose created orders. Here you can choose the attributes which you would like to be added to the report, and also for each order type you can choose your list of attributes. Let's assume that we choose all the attributes and we need them, and then we click export, and here we have our file. This is very convenient when you need to create a report for the customer, for management, or even if you need to create an invoice, you can create a report on delivered orders. So this is it from my side, what I wanted to show you, and now I pass mic to Viktor. He will show you one more very convenient feature. Thank you.
Thank you, Tetiana. The last feature I would like to demonstrate is how easy you can migrate to PackagerHub with help of import orders from CSV. We support a large variety of different CSV files generated by any workflow system you are currently using, and only supervisor, yeah, I wear the hat of supervisor, and only supervisor can import orders from CSV. You can select just clicking this arrow and selecting respective menu item. We are selecting the project into which you would like to import orders, and then we have to choose file with orders. Then we can, in the data preview section, we can review how the file was parsed, and if something is wrong, we can change encoding or CSV delimiters or text qualifiers and so on. And we will see how the data preview is changed, and then once everything is parsed correctly, click next to select how orders from CSV will be imported. You can import as a single order type, or you can import as multiple order types. So we can you need to choose a column of the CSV file that defines the order types. By default, it automatically detected as issue type. And next, we need to choose mapping between order types from the CSV file and of your project. For instance, bug in CSV corresponds to bug fix in the project, change requests is change request, and package is app packaging. Then we need to choose mapping between CSV columns and order attributes, and we should do this for every selected order type separately, just to choose for application packaging, change request, and bug fix. And as you can see, some of fields are automatically detected and pre-selected. For instance, the PackagerHub detected that the summary most probably corresponds to the order title, and it's automatically mapped. You can also change this mapping if you want. Also, status was mapped to the order status, priority to priority, assignee to assignee, and some other fields are also pre-selected, like resolved to completion, and so on. And for instance, if the attribute is a drop-down list with multiple options, you need to choose mapping between these options. For instance, status. We have statuses from CSV and statuses of your current order type of your project, and we need to choose the respective statuses like cancel to cancel, deliver to customer approval, in progress to packaging, and so on for the rest of statuses. And also you can set mapping for the users from the CSV file to users of your system, of your project. And also you can manage settings for the dates. By default, PackagerHub automatically identifies the date and time format used in the CSV file. But if you want, you can change this, select the option how the date format will be parsed. And you can do this for, you can select mapping for the rest of CSV files and for the rest of selected order types. And after that, just click import to import the files, import orders to your project. And that is all what I would like to show you in our PackagerHub. And now I am passing mic to Jan.
Yeah, thank you very much, Viktor. I mean, really great to see the product growing and getting more functionality. I have learned something today, which is very important. I guess when I'm lost or lost control or kind of being overwhelmed by the day-to-day business with requests, my team, and the final results, then I'm better off with having a good tool that helps me in my daily operations. Thank you very much for presenting this to us, Viktor, and of course, Tetiana and Daniil as well. I have left one last question, if you allow me. While you have seen PackagerHub today more detailed in its functionality, I would be very interested to know whether the dear audience would be interested in getting a 21-day free trial to actually check it out and see how much value this tool can bring towards your daily operations. So I guess you see the poll at the moment opened, and yeah, please try to answer yes, no, maybe. That would be very good. So we're getting answers in. Changing. Nice to see in real time how you're answering. Okay, let's wait a little second. And last ticket. Okay, I close the poll, share the results, and you can see no one said no, which is very good. Some people are interested to have a trial to see how the system is really working. Some people asked or answered maybe later. So we are looking forward to receive your requests on our website, paysuite.com. You can, of course, also reach out to Tetiana or Daniil, and they will be happily providing you a test instance for our PackagerHub. So the general part is done as for now. Let's have a look to questions that the audience was asking us. I see we have a few questions. The first one, I mean, maybe to you, I guess, Viktor. Do we have something like an SLA tracker?
Yeah, currently we don't have this functionality, but it's a part of our roadmap and will be implemented in the next release with the highest priority.
I see.
Currently, we have only, yeah, I would like to add that only in dashboard you can see the mark with the red label that due date is was passed, just overdue orders, and you can see just in the dashboard and analytic as overdue. But and yeah, one more feature is due date that Tetiana already showed. Just you can see this orders which have due date for today and the next 3 days, but the complete SLA tracker will be implemented in the next release.
I mean, good to have something for the roadmap, right?
Yeah.
Second question, can your solution be integrated with other systems? There was no specific system question, which system, but a general question, let's say so. How is it about integrating our tool?
Yeah, in some point of view, it's now can be integrated, as I already showed, using automation section. And if you talk about integration, like using API functions to, for instance, create orders from any other system automatically, just to create in PackagerHub, it's also part of roadmap, and it will be introduced in the next release. And if you have use cases how the API can be used, please let us know just to tailor this feature for your needs.
Yeah, I think we need to reach out to the one who was asking this question. Maybe he has a specific system in mind. Okay, and last but not least, there is a question about the license. Do we need to have purchased a license for each user?
Yeah, I will be glad to take this question. The great thing about licensing model for PackagerHub is that you need only one license per server, which means if your team is sharing a server, like one server, you need only one license. And as I mentioned before, you can purchase each license like for each module separately, and you can purchase one module and then add another one. So it's a very great, I would say, very budget-friendly model. And also, what I wanted to mention that now we have very great prices. So, for example, for 1 year, it's 700 euros per year, and we provide 10% discount for 2 years, and 20% discount for 3 years. So, if you're interested, feel free to reach me out. And also, I wanted to mention that I know that here are some attendees who are our current customers. So now we have such possibility for PaySuite customers. If you have an active license with active maintenance, we can provide you with PackagerHub license for free until the end of the year. So all other users can use our 21-day trial, which is available on website, and we also will reach out to those who replied yes and provide the trial straight away. But for our customers, we actually provide PackagerHub for testing until the end of the year, because we realized that this is a tool that needs to go through security checks. So we will have that as well. So just reach out.
Thank you very much, Tetiana, for answering this question. So professional. I mean, that would be kind of the end for the webinar, finishing with a call to action, right? I mean, this offer you have to take, right? Using PackagerHub for the end of the year, 6 more months, 6+ months to go. That's a good benefit on the end of our webinar. Yes, thank you very much, dear audience, for listening in.
We have 2 more questions. Jan.
I haven't seen. Sorry, let me quickly.
Do we have option like on hold, awaiting reply from user, cancel it? As far as I understood this question correctly, we are talking about SLA tracker that can be paused while the order is waiting for the customer reply, and so on. So this, as I mentioned before, this will be implemented in the next release along with the SLA tracker. So you can just put an order on hold and stop SLA tracker and so on. And then second question, also relation with the publish the package after before delivery via deployment tools. So currently, if you need to deploy package to the customer environment, so you are doing this either using automation script or tools integrated with PackagerHub, or just other tools which are not integrated with PackagerHub, it doesn't matter. And then you need to manually just to set the right status or invoke the necessary function. But if we talk about some automation with orders, like setting some statuses by specific triggers. This also scope of the next, or even, yeah, I believe it's next version of Pace PackagerHub.
Yeah, thank
You're
you very
welcome.
much for helping me out. I haven't seen these questions, but now I saw them, and you already get an answer. Thanks, Viktor. So, no more questions on this side. We are all looking forward to see you back again at our next webinar coming soon. Whenever you have questions, please reach out to us. We will, of course, follow up the webinar today. We'll send you the presentations and also have the possibility to see this webinar recorded. You can share it with your colleagues if you think it is helpful and brings value to them to also get to know about PACE PackagerHub. So this should be the end. Again, thank you very much for your attention. Thank you very much for showing up. Looking forward to see you soon. Bye-bye. Have a great time. Have a great day.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Bye.
Goodbye.